Yeah, I hope am I audible? Am I audible with you all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So thank you so much for inviting me as a resource person of today's session. I would also like to thank to the organizer of this workshop for selecting me and giving opportunity to interact with you all. Basically, whatever introduction ma'am said about me, it is not such like that, because I am just a researcher and try to develop more objects, more authenticated study material, information whichever I have, I want to share with you all for our future development and personal development too. So this is the list basically which we need to focus on: the robotic process automation. The robotic process automation indeed identify that how we could continue the environment where we can grasp the maximum to maximum knowledge and a better output for the development of our academia. We all are focused and we all wants to enhance the knowledge related to the recent trends and developments which are going on in the academic field. In my morning lecture which I have delivered to all the teachers, also I finalized that the environment which we have really is not suitable in present scenario. We have a lot of things and we have a lot of information which we need to share with all of us, and we need to share everything whatever we have related to the development, related to the future enhancement, or of course for the advancement too. So I request now to the organizer, please give me right to share the screen. I don't have any rights to sharing the screen. I want to share my screen. Please give me the right for that, administrator. This robotics is basically not a new concept. It has been implemented in India before 10 years. And from it is a great thing for me. It's my pleasure to working with since last 10 years in this topic. So normally when we feel that how robotic or how the other thing can be explained, these can be explained with a view to identify the success of the organization, success of the ventures, whatever we want in the present situation. Basically, in present time, we all are affected with majority of things which are associated directly or indirectly. In the robotic process automation, every activity is connected and concerned with us. The activities, whether relating to our personal life or in our professional life. If we talk about the teaching pedagogy is also affected with the robotic process automation. It is a matter of big data, cloud computing, and all. At first, I would like to request to all the participants to please put on your mics on silent mode so that there will be no disturbance, and whatever thought I'm having on this topic, I will share with you in clear manner. Let us talk about the history and the concept of robotic process automation first. The robotic process automation is not even related with or a particular area. I would say it is a combined effort and combined technology which is used worldwide in every area. In our commerce, if we talk, the word commerce has been changed. In present time, the word commerce has been replaced with the word comatology. The comatology is a common word which is a combination of commerce and technology which we use in our daily routine life. We need to invent ourselves to compensate with all the technological development for the future growth as well. Let us start the journey of robotic process automation. Normally what happened when we try to develop ourselves as uh, to be new adoption for any technology, any new dimension, we feel uncomfortable. We believe that the change may be loss for future or may be harmful for us because we are not yet aware about it. So I would like to start my presentation with a very good quote that life cannot be changed in a minute, but your decision taken in a minute changes everything in your life. This is very important. Normally, when we try to develop everything, we try to adopt the new dimensions, new technology, and new advancements. When we talk about technology, the technological aspects are somehow more complicated because we are totally unaware about the technology and how the technology will impact on our life, whether it is a professional life, whether it is a personal life, it matters a lot. So before starting or before adopting of any new development, we need to identify the awareness. We need to identify the major area where we need to apply it and what essential aspects are associated with it. We need to focus on it. So this presentation would only related with the conceptual aspect, the application aspect, and how the futuristic amendment where we can apply for the development of the personal growth as well as future growth. Let us talk about the present scenario. Present business scenario is not affected by the humans. I believe in present scenario, people are affected by the robots. People are affected by the information technology because everything, whatever we are associated with the environmental changes which are possibly related in our every activity. So we need to blame on it that what happened, what was the reason behind it, how the choice of customer has been changed, what was the normal ideology they have earlier and what is now present ideology. Why did it happen? We need to ascertain the factors which are affected to the environment, the growth, and then how we can make it happen. These four items are more important when we discuss the environment, which is based on an essential content which is related to our business and commerce. In our business and commerce, every activity, whether it is education, whether it is, you can see promotions, whether it is amendment of academia, whether development, whether growth, everything, whether it is accounting, finance, HR, marketing, research and development, every activity has adopted the robotic process automation. And with the help of this robotic process automation, it has given a huge wing to sum up the whole world, whatever ideology you have. So let us begin the history of it. And before that, I would like to tell you that what actually robotic process automation is. Normally, when we talk about the robotic process automation, we create an image in our mind. Robotic means some robots. In commerce and management, we don't have any type of robots for their functioning. But in commerce and management, we have the robotic softwares. We need to work on robotic softwares which are probably often used in our life. Even I would say we are using in our routine life. Everybody in present time is using their robotic processes in their life, and how these will be important, that matters a lot. So if we talk about that, what is robotic process automation, I would say robotic process automation is a technology that enlists the help of robots programs that can perform repetitive tasks directly from a user interface. We normally use daily routine, in our routine, repetitive tasks we perform at our office, at our home, or at anywhere, whatever the task is given to us. So the robotic process automation gives us an environment where we can work freely and we feel healthy, so that the environment can grow up, the business can grow up, and of course we can find out the fast deployment. The fast to deploy and easy to update robots can be powerful catalyst for the system integrations and process automation. The process automation is one of the important thing, my friends, here. The process automation defines us that what where you need to work. If I'm talking to education sector, before COVID-19, people are less interested through virtual mode. People are less interested to interact through virtual mode, and it is just because of they are not yet aware about the technological aspects. Even they are using it. We all are having smartphones in our hand, friends, but we are not using these smartphones smartly. Why? Because majority of time we are just using the smartphones for just making a call, sending messages, chatting on WhatsApp or Facebook, and posting on photographs or clicking the photograph. That's it. But what actually the use of it? What are the demerit of smartphone? Whether the smartphone is risky for us or not. So we are least bothered about it, because we haven't read out the manual of the smartphone, which was placed in the box of a phone. We just picked out the phone and we start using it. We don't know the pros and cons of that particular phone, so that we can save, we can secure our security, our personal details, etc. This is a concern matter. We are using internet, but internet is not safe. Everybody knows how we save, how we manage all these things. It is a matter of discussion. So the robotic process automation will help that how we can secure ourselves, how we can apply the robotic for transparency, for authenticity, and for minimum or optimum time consumption of any activity. Before going anywhere on any topic, I would like to tell you that we need to understand that what are the important use of robotic process automation in business. Basically, when robot came in our mind, we believe that whatever work we are performing, it will be completed. It will be we may be kicked out from the employer, because the place which we have, it will be taken up by the robots. But it is not so. The several job opportunities will become more offered by them, and we will force to join these opportunity if we are technologically upgraded. In this criteria, we need to focus on the other aspects for the job opportunities. The business may be more secure if we believe, because the way out and the content which we have, it relates with the security function. Of course, the data may be secure, and whatever consent we want to give, we can allot to them. The behavior, of course, in the part of the consumer behavior. In present time, we all are associated with online transactions. We all are buying the goods through Amazon, Flipkart. We are paying Paytm, PhonePe, Google Pay. A lot of platforms are there. Have you thought about the security of it? And even earlier, we were not relying on these type of online businesses. But the attitude and the behavior of the consumer has been changed. So we need to focus on the basis of the attitude and the behavior. We need to update ourselves as per the technology. In present time, whatever we order, we can identify, we can verify that at which place it is. Then we move on the techno-savvy environment. With the help of the robotic process automation, we all may find out a good technological environment, which is essential for us. For you can say it is a great privilege for giving an international identity, because with the help of technological advancement, you could apply whatever concept you have, whatever environment you have in your personal opinions, in your personal businesses. It is also time effective, of course, and the consumer to whom we target, we produce the product, they may be more inclined towards their taste, their you can say likeness, and the product too. So there would be a heavy customer satisfaction by applying the robotic process automation in business and commerce. And the very important aspect which we have, that is goodwill and growth. The goodwill and growth is essential because we, as a businessman, if I'm talking, I'm just working to increase my goodwill and I want to expand my business. If I will not do it, will not be favorable for me, and I'll shut my business. I'll merge my business in some big firm to increase my profit. So the goodwill and growth, these are also essential for identifying the growth of business and individual person who are associated directly or indirectly in our business. Now we talk about the situation which we feel often in our life before robotic process automation. We may feel problems. The situation of handling and dividing the task are categorized in this manner. It is also in a big situation to handle the decision-making task, to managing the policy plans and transferring files from one place or one department to another department. It could be very difficult. But if we apply robotic process automation in our business and commerce, then of course the situation comes like this. Majority of tasks which are based on big data, repetitive in nature, they can be completed with the help of some robotic softwares. These software gives a time to reframe the ideas and decision regarding the business development sector. Future expansion, business growth, expansion models, whatever we want to, it can be completed with the help of these robotic process models, and we can have to be a good environment after applying the robotic process automation. Then we have the big, the concept that what are the important areas of robotic process automation? Basically, robotic process automation is applying in the current situation, because in present situation, in present business era, if I want to quote an example, during COVID period, everybody who was not technological sound have opted the technology in an efficient way. Those person who have opted their business, who have opted the robotics or IT in their businesses, they are succeeding in this time, and those who have neglected all these items, they have reduced their profits. That is a big cause. So let us talk about the areas. The robotic process automation is applying in the field of accounting, for preparation of final reports, for preparation of billing, transferring from a person to another, voucher preparation, and all items are managing under accounting part. If we talk about finance, in finance, all budget preparation, capital budgeting models, financial modeling, these items are performing in this case. In human resources, it is applied in a broader way for appointment, selection, onboarding, etc. In production also it is applying. We have a very good example in our production industry. Tata Industries, Tata Motors is producing their cars, and BMW is also producing their cars humanless. So the robots are working in accordingly the requirement and all, and they are performing with their good efforts. In operation industry, of course, we can identify in present time, we have Amazon, we have Flipkart, we have number of websites on which they are performing online, and they are giving a good feedback, good volume of sales, and customer having customer satisfaction to their consumers. Marketing is also a very good area where the robotic process automation have already been applied, and of course the advertising also in the same consumer. Then we talk about the consumer behavior. I've already discussed about the behavior of consumer has changed. In the behavior of consumer, we need to content the environment where we feel that if the consumer have ability to grasp whatever item they want, then they can easily identify their choices. They can go with their you can say uh, wherever they want. They can increase the potentiality, they can increase their value, they can increase whatever performance they want to. And of course, with the help of these areas, they can grow like a sparrow. So let us talk about the basically what is the impact we have about the robotic process automation, how we apply all these things. In our business, if we want to apply robotic process automation, it is very important for optimizing resources. We can utilize the maximum output, whatever we want to from our employees or whatever the funds we have. These variation and optimization can increase the profit. It is also important for introducing adaptability and flexibility, whatever flexibility we have. We can identify the flexibility, of course, to adopting the new technology. It aims to the cost effectiveness, which is very essential. Without cost effectiveness, a business cannot sustain. Of course, it also improves the communication because the communications matters a lot. Normally, what happened where human intervenes are there, any activity which we are having that passes from one person to another person. Sometime whatever information we want to give, it may obsolete, it may damage, and whatever result which was received by the end user, he may not get the end result. So with the help of the technology, with the help of the robotic process automation, he may get the actual information and actual result for their business growth. Of course, we are having some triggers and responses automated. You might have seen during COVID time, everybody was connected through online. Those who have not yet picked any time in their life mobile phone or laptop, they have used it. They have used their potentiality through online. Majority of teachers have opened their YouTube channels. They are delivering their lectures, and they became now more recognized. My intention is to tell you that the robotic process automation in present time is an essential tool for the growth of everybody. In academia, it is also playing an important role. Number of people who are associated, who are connected with each other. Even I would like to give an example of myself. I am connected through Zoom to all of you. You might have sit in your home, any office, any college, and you are listening to me. This is a tool where the robot can help us to increase our potentiality. But we need to also impact on hassle-free robotic process automation. It is essential because it is related with the consciousness and the productivity of the task, whatever you are giving for. So, and endly, we can say that this robotic process automation empowers the workforce as well. Because when you want to implement in the robotic process automation, always grazed it always grazed the potential aspect, the future aspects of whatever the workflow you have, whatever the consistency you have, and accordingly, you may get more additional advantages and benefits. For application of robotic process automation, you must train your employees. You must train your workforce because workforce is essential. Without developing their workforce, you will not get. Then we have insights and analytics. Insights and analytics are also essential in present time. If I would like to quote one example, in present time, if you want to gather data from the respondent, you just need to float online questionnaire to all, and whatever the respondent are, they fill the information in the link provided by you, and you get the automated filled Excel sheet and some diagrams which was prepared by Google itself. So that analytics is also managed by the robotic process. And of course, we have error-free operations of whatever the human intervention is not there, then you can get the error-free operation for the organization, whatever you have. And similarly, the enterprise data is also secure because every step you have layers, you have triggers, so you can manage your business as well. Now, we have a question with us that how the RPA work, how the robotic process automation works. Basically, robotic process automation is a big branch of, you can say that is information technology, and we would be recommended for that because it works on the big data. That big data lies on, it is available on the content, and on that basis, they grab the news, they identify ourselves, they get the all details and managing all for the development of or performing any task, because that big data gives the identical aspects of processes. They can apply on their operating and the financial activity wherever they want to adopt in the business organization. We would like to have one example also. When you log into YouTube, you might have seen in YouTube, whatever video you like to watch. After some time, they give a list video you may like. That is based on your choices. So the information technology is working on the big data, and accordingly, it is very implemented, very good for RPA implementation in business and commerce. Then we have GPS. Everybody knows about the GPS. So you can, the businessman or the person who want to implement the robotic process automation can assess the viability and the presence of anybody. They can verify easily and they can get the proper information about it. Then we have a cloud computing, social media, like smart sensors we are having. Then we have advanced human computer devices. The human computer devices are also essential because with the help of these human computer devices, the information which they want to gather for development of their business, and subsequently the parties which are involved in the business, like debtors, creditors, or any stakeholders or investors, they can get actual information. We have a problem in the business and commerce for the transparency and authenticity of data. The transparency and authenticity of data can be managed with the robotic process automation in an efficient and a quick manner so that they can be focused on specific tasks. And everybody, you know that the RFID is also there. So sometimes robotic process automation is also connected with RFID, and accordingly, it is also important and faithful for the growth. Now we have how the robotic process automation is applied in a business. Basically, robotic process automation can be, not even can be, I would say it is applying in various business organizations. In some organization are using in front office, some organization are using in back office. If I would give like to quote for front office, there are a number of examples, like for filling the form, for segregation of form, for the distribution of form, or for category for their choices. Of course, they have. So these all are related with the front office works in business organization. When we talk about the back office, if we talk, in back office, we are having number of work where we can identify just that the software is working behind us. Even I would say that I am just looking myself on the screen. There's a PPT which I am using, and apart from the screen, I don't know how much people are sitting. And that strength which is showing in as a participant in the criteria, that is automatically counted by the robotic software, and of course give us the actual information and data to the respondents. Now we have, how does robotic process increase the productivity? Basically, productivity is a major issue. We all are concerned about it. As an academician, I would say the productivity matters a lot. It fluctuates from morning to evening. It fluctuates from month to month. And of course, it fluctuates from your taste and your choices as well. So that taste and choices are more important, because we believe the productivity can be increased by applying various techniques and tools for enhancement of the growth. So we can increase the productivity as a resource pool, because we need to have uninterrupted resource pool for the growth. We have manual productivity also increased, because we can say number of projects, number of reports we have, and in reading that particular report and or analysis, it would take a lot of time, which gives maybe some time for reducing the productivity for the concern. So it is also important for robotic process to increase the manual productivity as well. It also gives the product faster services. You can find out, just make a click on it, and whatever you want, you just get it at your home. This is just based by the robotic automation. That automation is moreover fluctuated in a way so that the development can be made. Then we have time spent. Of course, there's a major issue. You just watch, you just enter in a shopping mall, you find out that what are the supermarkets lines. You don't have lines in shopping, but there are a number of huge lines in payment. So that is also a concern, that how that how they can minimize the waiting time of a customer. You can apply there accordingly. You need to identifying in the reconciliation, the sports, and chatbots are also available with some banks and some industries. If you talk, some banks are also have even they have implemented the robotic accounting in their accounting part. They are using some chatbots. They are giving you the suggestion whatever you have the problem, but somehow they are associated with the environment which is which they meant for. It also prevents costly errors. It is very difficult if any human predicts any error, if any human did any error, then it may be very dangerous and harmful. But as the robot software was prepared by the human being as per their requirement, there is less chance of errors. They might be in touch with the minimum error technology. They use it, and accordingly, they may prevent from the costly errors for the development. Now, what are the important challenges we have for implementation of RPA in our business? A lot of challenges normally we face. A lot of challenges we face actually. But whether the challenges are associative in nature or not, whether the challenges are in the capacity to protect how the redrafting of any essential decision making can be done, because the redrafting is very important, and it comes with the part of the essential part, that is employee onboarding and assistance. Normally, when you want to opt new development, it is very difficult. It is very difficult to adopt the technological changes in your life. If you have a smartphone and when you shift to the new smartphone, it will take 2 or 3 days to managing and to handling that new smartphone. So It is a matter of the policy and it is a matter of a system. If any new system will be implemented in your business and you want to make comfort to your employees to work with them, it would be very difficult. So there's a big problem we have. Then it comes to the right process. The right process relates that how the robotic process automation will be helpful for a particular business organization, because it requires a different team, different ideology and different situation. Then we have realistic expectations. Normally we are the human beings. Expectations we want to on high, whatever we can. We can touch the sky if we are more expected, but we need to ascertain that we cannot touch the sky. So we need to ascertain the criteria where we need to, where we are actually finding out the capacity. So with the help of the business, with the help of the robotic process automation, we may adjust, we may evaluate the actual expectation of the business organization, and accordingly it is good for the other people also. Then we come to the mismanagement. This mismanagement makes a very big cause of implementation, because the mismanagement requires coordination. The management leads to be a good leader and work properly with a proper cooperation and coordination with all the staff members. So if there is mismanagement, it would be very difficult to implement the robotic process automation. Then we have a local cooperation. It is also an important cause that in business organization, it is very difficult to manage the local cooperation. And they need to adopt the viability of whatever expectations they have. They need to nurture all these expectations and try to get the cooperation from all the colleagues at the workplace. It is not economical. Normally, we believe that if we are going to implement robotic process automation, we might get the, you can say, at a cheaper price. But it is not like that. It is too complicated to manage the robotic process automation because it requires installation. It requires variety of softwares as per the requirement of your business. It requires the content, whatever you want for your business. And of course, it requires the essential qualities to become robotic experts. So for that purpose, you need to take care of that all the things will be in proper manner, and the maintenance part should also be there. Now, what is the maintenance part? I would like to tell you. The maintenance part is essential, because you know very well that the whatever content you have, that content must be updated by your maintenance team. If you don't have maintenance team, then it would be very difficult for managing all. Reason is that because the management team and other people are not aware about to managing that maintenance. So for the maintenance purpose, you need to take care of, and a proper maintenance team would be taken for you to helping out in such a manner. The wrong robotic process automation will melt your business. So you need to identify the proper robotic process automation in terms of your growth, in terms of your business, and in terms of your assessment, because your proper assessment will lead your business, your growth, and your potentiality too. Then we come to the infrastructure issue. Of course, it is very difficult for managing the infrastructure issues too. You need to take care of the infrastructure as well. And then it comes to your post-implementation adoption. What happened when we adopt any activity, when we adopt any technological advancements? These advancements can be completed with a particular time period, because we have some time frame for that. After a particular time frame, whatever feedback and whatever information you have, you need to implement these feedback and informations for measuring the business environment, for measuring the capabilities, and then it comes to your process analysis. So this is a major implementation part which we need to opt, whether it is associative in nature or it is probably applicability in nature. So this is a very good and tedious part for our business and commerce to implement robotic process automation. Let us talk that how we apply the robotic process automation in accounting. Normally, we play with the numbers. We have 50 lakh, 20 lakh, 5 crore, 2 crore when we are solving practical questions. But do you ever thought that in spite of we don't have a single rupee and we are playing with numbers, number of investors are associated with us. Number of investors are associated with our result, whatever we are delivering them. So we need to implement the robotic process automation for authenticity and transparency of their data. In in accounting, we can say we can implement the robotic process automation as in bank reconciliations, in sales and other ordering invoices. Similarly, they can do for that. They can use also from the fixed marketing management as well, because the market fixed assets management and marketing management will boost their businesses on the basis of available information, whatever they have. Then it comes to the financial reporting, which is very important. Automated system is generated, and we have an EDIP audit system. The EDIP audit system will really increase and give actual information about the frauds and errors, which would be very important for the investors too. Inventory management system, of course, in Flipkart, Amazon, and big warehouses, they are managing their inventory through robots. They are managing their inventory, they are tracking their material, they are tracking their information with the help of their robots, and accordingly they play. Receivable payment and payable management, of course, it is also important, because with the help of the robotic process automation, it is also essential for giving that what are the essential aspects by which they can track the debtors or creditors. Let's say if anybody forgot to pay to us, then the robot will identify, robot will give a provoke to us that yes, this person has not yet paid, it might be, the payment might be delayed, so they need to recall them automatically. Financial statement closing, if I would say, automatically it is closed, because we don't have the, in present time, we don't have old scheme, and whatever content might be we are having, that has been obsolete too. So we need to learn new aspect, and we need to learn new technologies for the development of ourselves as well as our students too. It is also important for the text planning as well, because the text planning is essential for every individual and human being. They need to focus on the proper text planning management system, and robotic will tell them the where they need to invest in a proper manner. Then I would like to come on auditing. We have a very huge part in auditing. There are some phases of auditing we have, and accordingly that phases are appropriate for the growth. These phases includes basically the planning. Planning of auditing is very important. Basically, the planning relates how to design the audit work or audit program in such a way so that they may find minimum, you can say, minimum errors should be there, and they can complete the audit work in a particular mean time. So the planning is managed by the robots. Similarly, they move on the walkthroughs. Walkthroughs is the process by which converting their audit work from, I would say, primary work to secondary work. Then they have a very good aspect of that is design valuation. It is also important about it. And it comes to operating efficiency, the planning and walkthrough is essential, because with the help of proper planning and other thing, the operating efficiency can be increased. And of course, that will give them a huge boost of plenty of their unexpected profits, unexpected growth in their businesses. The reporting part is also essential, because with the help of RPA, I would say reporting can be managed in such a way So there is no need to identifying and managing, wasting much time, even I would say, to the in a reporting process. The software will automatically report mailed to all the concerned person once they have filled it. Then we have robotic process automation in human resources. Basically, we had discussed about that how the robotic process automation will be important for, and how the robotic process automation is applicable in human resources as well. So if we talk about the human resources, the robotic process automation can be implemented in shortlisting the candidates. Now, what is shortlisting the candidates and how they use it? Majority of big companies are applying the robotic process automation in shortlisting the candidate on the basis of their CVs. They are doing one important thing. They are having their online Excel or any software in which they need to find out the feeding. And on a particular criteria, they set a particular branch, and on the basis of particular branch, they move further. Accordingly, automatically the remaining applications will transfer, and it will transfer to the boarding, and the rest of the people will join them, and accordingly they can get the boardings and they can join the jobs, and whatever formality they have, they need to fill with the help of the robotic process. It also important for the managing the employee data management. Whatever employees are there, their permanency, their aspects, other aspects also, they are vetting for the content. Then we move on the employee data that is somehow typical with the relation of the robotics. The employee data can be managed towards the various aspects and tools relating to employee management, and that can relate their service in time, their departure in time, their other manager in time, and also for extra aspects relating to it. So this would also be a content relating. Then we move on the other relating to the payroll processing. The payroll processing relates how we could transfer and how we could accept the as relating to the payrolls, means the salary and other things are also automatically prepared, and they would find out the best way to their employees. They can find out the expense management as well. They have the maintaining their compliances for the organizations, of course, and employee exit management they can do. They also have employee induction and training program with the help of robotics, and they also have the performance management systems for their performing whatever the performance they have, for explaining and for giving them incentives, bonus, etc. Some shift allowances are also calculated by robotic process automation in human resources, and some verification of new hirees, their backgrounds, where they were, whether they are associated, affected or not. Everything was managed by them in terms of their other aspects too. So these are the major aspects by which they can ascertain and they can identify that how they would continue with them and how that they relates, because that is the essential, because if they will not work properly, they'll not sustain the human resources in their business organization. And they can track attendance also, like if I'm giving a lecture over there, I can find out the people who are serious about the lecture, who are noticing the lecture, how much people are associated, how much have joined, how much are doing what the activity, what they are doing, how much they have concern about it. So everything can be managed with the help of this robotic process automation. Now, if I'm talking about the sales and marketing, the sales and marketing is also affected by robotic process automation. In sales and marketing, if I would say, the forecasting of your product can be managed. Customer relationship management also can be taken, and then we can turn to the marketing research. These all marketing research, customer satisfaction, and customer relationship management. These are campaign management, we would say. We have a brand monitoring, we have lead generation. All these aspects are managed through robotic process automation. There are several examples we are having for implementation of robotic process automation in business and commerce. We have the toll plazas. Of course, in present time, it is everybody is aware about to toll plaza. We have FASTag system. So the FASTag system have developed to increase the potentiality of toll plazas. Accordingly, they can manage. They are also having in our banking sector also robotic process automation is implemented. In insurance sector, we have a good example over the policybazaar.com. You just log on and you just fill the information, whatever they want. Automatically, the best match, whatever you have, it comes around through. In FMCG sector, if you want, of course, they are using in the FMCG sector, IT sector is also binded with the robotic process automation, hospitality sector, medical sector, and education sector. All these sectors have adopted robotic process automation in their aspect, in their future growth, as well as their sustainable too. So this is basically a model which I prepared for you to how we apply the robotic process automation in consistency of the particular application. So let's say if we enter in a shopping mall and we find out an inventory section. The inventory section is covered with the garments, groceries, fruits, vegetables, and stationery. We turn to wherever we want, and after that, whatever we selected, we need to keep all these things in they would say in a waiting line for making payment of all. That payment requires at least 20 to 30 minutes in queue. So, and after that, we feel so harassed, we feel so stressed, we feel so dissatisfied with that particular process, and we ultimately, the blame goes to the payment system, whatever they have. So if we apply the robotic process system, robotic process automation, if I'm quoting the example of a shopping mall, then it comes like that. The shopping malls, entry of shopping malls would be taken by the consumers. Then it comes to the inventory section, automated as per the choice inventory was covered by them. They through with the garment production, they through with grocery section, fruits, vegetables, stationery, whatever they have. After that, it comes to the robotic process payment automated system, because that automated system will give them a very good wing by which they need not to wait anywhere. They just go to their other content. They need to go to the directly to the payment option, link with their maybe bank account, maybe OTP, and whatever the system as per their choices, and they can set their ordering. They need not to wait in the queues, and they just let away from there. They are feeling less stress, full of satisfaction, and automated payment system. That automated payment system will empower them how to grasp the potentiality, how to take more advantage in consideration of their application of robotic process in their system. So this is what actually which I want to deliver to you, that how robotic process automation will cover. So it is the end of this session today, and I'm just telling you at the end. And after that, I will start the question answer session, which would take your questions too. So if you want to overcome the challenges, how we overcome the challenges of robotic process automation, these challenges can be managed with to adopt the concept of 3A. The concept of 3A basically nurturing ability to adopt the process of, you can say, robotic process automation in terms of that how majority of people can get it. So the adoption of a robotic process automation, I would say, is based on 3A's, and these are awareness, adoption, and applicability. In awareness, we need to be more aware about the robotic process, how the process will go on, what are the essential aspects of it, and how it could be better for us. In our education industry, if I quote, robotic process automation will be implemented from 2023 onwards, or might be earlier before because COVID have developed majority of developments. With the help of these developments, it could be in such a way So everybody have joined, each and everybody have joined together through internet. They are giving their lectures online. They have their potentiality. They have shown their growth in terms of the college by uh, adopting and getting all these things. And the applicability is also important because it is not necessary. Whatever content one have will be applicable to all. This would not be proceed successfully because the way, if you want to apply the robotic process automation, you need to justify your requirements, because without your requirements it is not possible to manage all the things. So the requirements are essential. You need to taken care of that, how the requirements are focusing in, how the, what is the role of the requirements into the expected your returns, and whatever the major thing we can adjust it that. So that is also one of the important part, because without identifying the concept of robotic, you would not uh, rely on it. You cannot probable for that, and you cannot adopt that technology for the growth as well. So this is the end of this topic today. I would especially thanks to the organizer who selected me for that behalf, and nice to audience also. Now the session is open for question and answers. Over to the organizer. Over to organizers. Yeah, any question? Any participant is having any question, they may raise their hands.
Once again, I request to the participants, if you're having any doubts, any queries, then please raise your hands.
Nice. No questions from participants.
Yes, sir.
Great.
No questions from the participants. Once again, I thanks for your nice presentation, sir. I thanks from the Department of Economics, from the all the teachers of our department, and for behalf of the whole department and university and the research scholars, I thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Now the session will be concluded. Again, as per the schedule, the tomorrow again the session will be started.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am, to interact with all. Thank you.
Okay.
तो हमने उनसे मिलने हरिद्वार जाना है, रुड़की जाना है।
रुड़की
आप तो बोले थे हरिद्वार में करके हो।
रुड़की यार, अब तो बिना हरिद्वार को पास करके रुड़की कैसे पहुंच जाएंगे हम? ऐसे ना सर, नीचे को ना